Alright, today what we're going to do is 5.5a CAD Model Features Part 5. And this is going to feature the fillet tool. It says generate a structural angle part as described below. So first thing it says to do is reproduce the sketch below. So let's look at this sketch here, and you'll notice that there's some geometric constraints on here. We'll get to those in just a minute. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch on XY, and I'm going to start with my line tool. So I'm just going to draw the shape like it shows and make sure that my green dots line up so I get a complete shape. Now you'll notice that one of the things that it did while I was drawing that is put these yellow dots on there, but then they disappear. So if I go back up here and I roll over this thing next to dimension, it's called show constraints. Displays the constraint information for selected sketch geometry. So I'm going to turn that on and click on each of the lines of my shape, and so that's going to show the constraints. So the first thing I want to do is I want to dimension this. So the top is 0.5, and let's zoom out, and the left side is 1.5. Now, most of the constraints are already in place because Inventor intuitively understands that you are wanting to make perpendicular lines and then also some parallel lines. So Inventor understands geometry a little bit. Now, if you'll notice here in the sketch, you have these equals signs, okay? And so we're going to make this right edge here equal to this top edge over here. So I'm going to grab my equals constraint. Okay, it says constraints selected circles and arcs to the same radius, selected lines to the same length. So I'm going to hit the equal sign here and here. Notice how my sketch changes just slightly. Then I want the equal sign on this left edge and on the bottom edge. So I'm going to hit equals here and equals down there. Now the constraints themselves might be a little tough to see, but you can see little things over them as we go along. Alright, and then I'm going to finish my sketch, and it says to extrude the sketch to a depth of 1.5 inches. So I'm going to hit extrude and type in 1.5 and the green check mark. Now let's bring this back into screen focus so we can see what we're doing. Hit the escape key. Now it says fillet and round the edges. Select the fillet feature tool from the modeling ribbon. Image below illustrates that both the inside and outside round edges can be selected at once or separately. We are going to select these at once. So I'm going to grab the fillet tool, and I'm going to select the top edge there, this inside edge, and then that bottom edge. Notice how they all three go together. Then it says fillet to a radius of 0.25. So I'm going to do that. And that's really all there is to this fillet part. So the last thing I'll do is always change the color, and let's go with natural maple. Oh, that looks nice. Maybe like a little wood crown molding piece or something like that. And then I go to save it as 5.5a part 5 fillet, and make sure you put that in your user drive.